GHL are finally releasing the ability to do outbound calling with an AI agent from inside your account. But if you've read the documentation, there are limits. Number of calls that you can do per day, numbers that you can ring, how often you can ring them, all that sort of stuff to be able to stay in line with different policies. So in this video, I'm going to take you through how you can set up Elevenlabs to act as your outbound calling agent and trigger your calls from inside GHL. So we're going to be looking at the workflows, we're going to be looking at a little bit of coding that you can use. And so let's get into it, looking at Elevenlabs. Starting here because I've got my number connected into Elevenlabs. It's a number that I registered in Twilio. So I have then gone through the process of adding that Twilio number to Elevenlabs. You can see I've got it here on the screen. It's a US number, just the one that I registered. It was easiest to set up. So this number is registered inside Twilio. The great thing is when you add a number, and I'll just go back to phone numbers here, when you import a number into Elevenlabs, you can import from Twilio. So you'll give it an identifier. You can see my existing one has just got Twilio default. That's the name I gave it. I would put the number in here from Twilio, and then I've already put my account details in. So if you go to your Twilio dashboard, there'll be your account ID and your sort of authentication token, password type thing. You would copy those in when you add your new number. So if I was going to say, I'm going to add a new one, look, okay, I'm going to add an ID in here, and then it's going to ask me for my auth token. So those are the two things that you would copy across from Twilio as you are then saying, this is the number that I want to use. Once you've got that set up, it's going to be listed here. You're going to see the number that you have added to Elevenlabs. So we're connecting the three systems together. We've got Twilio for the number, Elevenlabs for their voice agents, GHL is what's triggering the outbound call to one of the contacts that you've got stored in GHL. The agent that I've got here, it's already pre-configured, it's set up. It's a demo that I created for a mortgage company, so it's going to ask someone a couple of questions about what's the value of the mortgage that they're looking for, what's the term, the duration that they're looking for them to pay the mortgage over, what's their household income per month, what's their expenditure, so just a couple of basic questions. So I've got the agent already set up, and there are two things that I need. You may have seen here when I looked at the number, there's an ID. So the number that we have inside Elevenlabs has an ID, and our agent also has an ID. So if I click this one, you'll see that I've got an agent ID here as well. So we'll be using both of those things inside GHL, which is where I'm going to switch now. So I've now switched over to GHL. I'm into a workflow, and you can see I've got pretty much nothing in it. What I want to give you for this video is the understanding of the custom webhook, the code that needs to go in it and what it's doing, so that you can then take that understanding and you can say, I'm building a workflow, it's going to have a couple of steps, and then when the contact gets to a certain point, okay, that's maybe when I want to trigger a call. So a great example, and this is what I built the mortgage company demo for. They wanted potential customers to be able to have a conversation on WhatsApp with an AI agent who would start asking them questions. But as they went through that process, they wanted the AI agent to also ask, would the person like a call? And if the answer was yes, then the message on WhatsApp would be, great, I'll give you a call now, and that would trigger the outbound call from GHL. So there's a conversation already happening, maybe in a workflow, maybe a conversational AI agent from GHL, but at a point, it would then say, okay, we now want to trigger an outbound call. So this workflow looks super empty, and it is, because I just want to show you how to use this step, what needs to be in it to be able to trigger outbound calls from GHL and use Elevenlabs as the calling mechanism for that outbound call and the agent that you have inside ElevenLabs. So let's dig into it. It is a custom webhook. When I click this, you will see the notification that says it's a premium action. There is a slight charge with that. It's not huge, but it will be a consideration for you. If you are setting this up for a client who is likely to do volume, you may want to pass some of that cost on to your client. There'll also be costs for Twilio, and there'll be costs for ElevenLabs in terms of the minutes used for your AI agents, things like the minutes used for Twilio as well, because you'll be using a Twilio number. So there are a couple of different cost considerations here that you will want to understand before you go and sell it into a client. I'm not going to go through those in this video now because it will depend on duration of calls, which countries you're calling, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I wanted to make you aware of that so that you can go and investigate and find out the right mix for yourself. So let's get back into it. We have a custom web hook. Strange words there. We're doing a post call. So we're sending data to Twilio and ElevenLabs to say, look, this is the number that I want to connect. I want you to dial it for me, and I want you to connect in the agent. So the method we're using is post. We also have a URL here. So this is saying we're doing a post call to ElevenLabs, and we're doing it with Twilio as well, and we're doing it as an outbound call. So this is telling ElevenLabs system, look, I'm trying to trigger an outbound call here. This is what I want to do. Here are all the details for it. Make it happen. We're authenticating via an API key. So I've already pre-configured this and set it. There is some documentation that will help you with this. But as I go through this example here, it's already preset. You've got some options here, but the way that ElevenLabs works, API key, that's the thing that you need, and it's referenced in the ElevenLabs documentation. Okay, so what else have we got? This code here, it's a JSON body. This is everything that you need. I'm going to talk you through it. Okay, so the first thing, we spoke about needing the agent ID. So the ElevenLabs agent has an ID. You will copy that in here. You will need that so that when the call gets triggered and you put somebody through this workflow or through this step in a workflow and the details all get sent to ElevenLabs and Twilio, ElevenLabs knows which agent it is that you are wanting to connect into the call. We also looked at the phone number ID inside ElevenLabs. So where you'd connected Twilio in, that phone number has an ID. We've got that. So this needs to go into the code here. To number. Now this is which number is being called. So I've got contact.phone_raw here. It is a custom field on the contact. And the difference between phone and phone raw is that the raw version includes the country code. And that's important because both Twilio and ElevenLabs need to understand that. If you just put phone in here, it won't work because the systems won't understand the number that you are sending, which country that's for. GHL is quite smart in that you put a number in and it will try and do a detect for you. ElevenLabs and Twilio don't work in the same way. So we need it to be phone_raw. Then we're saying we're wanting to start a conversation, and what we can do is we can add dynamic variables. So these are things that I am sending from GHL and the contact record through to ElevenLabs so that the AI agents can use them during the call. So the things that I've got here, I've got the contact's first name. So this is the shorthand reference for that variable. So the contact's first name, their email address, and then I've got two custom fields that I've created specifically for this demo. So I've got the mortgage amount and the mortgage term. So if somebody had filled in a form online and was then getting a call back from the AI agent, or as I mentioned, they'd started that conversation on WhatsApp, I would probably already have those details stored on their contact record. So if I've already got them stored on the contact record in those custom fields, I can send the value, what's in those fields, through to Elevenlabs and to the AI agent. So I could add other things here. So if we just look at this, I would need a comma because I'm going to add something new. I could then go and think about another custom field that I may want to add. So name of pets, and then if I'd already created a custom field, I could go contact dot name of pets. In fact, actually, okay, name of booked jobs, number of booked jobs or projects per month. So actually, that's a field I've already got inside this account. So let's just use that instead. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'll get rid of this. I need more speech marks, so it goes brown. There we go. You can see the color change there because it's telling me it's a value that I am going to want to send. I would change that to number of jobs. The structure of the name that you give it here is important because in Elevenlabs you can also tell the agent, okay, you should be expecting these values and what it relates to. So you can see I've just added an extra one here. It's just an example. This is how you would add extra dynamic variables if you wanted to. But for now, I'm just going to leave this here. This is everything that we need. So the top bits are to trigger the call. This bit, the dynamic variables, and there are more things we can add to this coding if we wanted to, if we're getting more complex with our calls. But if we wanted to just send a couple of values through from fields on the contact record, they are set as dynamic variables, and then we need the name of them and then referencing where the value is coming from for that specific contact. And so all I have in this workflow is a custom webhook, and if I now just trigger it, I'll just pick an account. I've got a number already set up. And if I look at the execution logs, it's dialing. Okay, we can see details successful for the custom webhook. I can answer this call.
Hi, this is Alice from Better Best Mortgage. You requested a call for help with your mortgage application.
Yes, I did.
Great. Am I speaking to Philip?
Yes, you are. This is Philip.
Hi, Philip. Now that I've got you on the line, is now a convenient time to get the required details to create your mortgage proposal?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. You previously submitted that you were looking for a mortgage of $2 million, and the term you were looking to pay it over was 10 years. Can you confirm that this is correct?
Yes, those details are correct. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for confirming. What are your current total monthly household earnings?
$10,000.
Okay, and what are your current total monthly household expenses, including car payments, school payments, groceries, international transfers, and any other outgoings?
$3,000.
Do you have any credit cards?
No.
Okay, Philip, that's all the information I need. To make sure the proposal is sent to the correct email address, can you confirm your email address?
So you can see there, I've got it set up. It's asking the questions, but because I had in the custom webhook, I'm sending across the name, the email address. So if I carried on the call, we could have done the back and forth and got it to confirm my email address. But I was sending the mortgage amount and the mortgage term because I already had those values on the contact record. So that's where it was asking me. It's like, I've got details of $2 million and 10 years. Is that correct? It's asking me because I was able to send those details through in this code to Elevenlabs so that the agent then understood, okay, these are things that I've got to work with, some information here that I can use And inside the prompt for the agent, it knows when to use those values, what to use them for. So that will be a separate video about the prompting for the AI agent. For this one, I just wanted to show you how you can create an outbound call from GHL using Elevenlabs and the code that you need to trigger it, and how you can send some details and some values from a contact record through to Elevenlabs so that the agent can use it on the call. I'll put this code inside my free school community. If you're not yet a member, there is a link in the description to this video. I welcome you to come and join the community that I'm building, where I'm sharing tutorials and tips and thoughts as I'm building my AI automation agency and undertaking projects within this space. So in the description of this video, there is a link to the community. Inside that free community, I will be posting this code so that you can easily just come in, copy and paste that, and use it for setting up your custom webhook yourself. That's it for this video. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. And then somewhere around here shortly, there'll probably be another couple of links for other videos that I've created about AI agents and GHL. See you soon.